Let's talk about Shiba Inu, the meme coin that once set the crypto world ablaze, now eerily quiet. Not long ago, SHIB was the talk of the town, with headlines and social feeds buzzing about its explosive growth and the passionate community behind it. But lately things have changed, and the silence is hard to ignore. Remember when SHIB's burn mechanism was the main event? Every week the community would eagerly check the burn tracker, watching those numbers climb higher and higher. It was more than just a technical process. It was a ritual, a symbol of hope for holders everywhere. The community rallied around it, celebrating every token sent to the dead wallet. Burn parties became a regular occurrence, with social media lighting up every time a significant milestone was reached. It felt like everyone was part of something bigger, united by a common goal. The burn was supposed to be SHIB's ticket to the moon, making every token more valuable over time. The idea was simple: reduce supply, increase demand, and watch the price soar. For many, this was the core of SHIB's appeal, a deflationary promise that set it apart from countless other meme coins. But now, the burn tracker is flat. The numbers barely move, and the excitement that once surrounded each burn event has faded into the background. It's as if the heartbeat of the project has slowed to a crawl. The excitement is gone, replaced by confusion and concern. Investors who once cheered for every burn now find themselves asking tough questions about the project's direction and leadership. The SHIB army, once united by massive burn parties, is now left wondering, where did the fire go? The energy that fueled the community has fizzled, leaving behind uncertainty and doubt. Social media is filled with frustration and finger-pointing. Some blame the developers, others blame the market, and a few even question whether the burn was ever sustainable in the first place. The sense of unity has given way to division. This isn't just about numbers, it's about a promise to holders that SHIB would become scarcer and more valuable. That promise was the foundation of trust between the project and its community, and now, it feels like that foundation is starting to crack. With the burn mechanism stalled, that promise feels empty. People are left wondering if the dream of a deflationary SHIB is slipping away, and if so, what's left to believe in? The burn rate was more than a feature, it was SHIB's identity. It was the story that brought people together, the narrative that made SHIB stand out in a crowded market. When your main attraction disappears, you have a problem. The spotlight is empty, and the audience is restless, waiting for something, anything, to reignite their passion. The community is asking, is the show over, or is this just an intermission before the next big act? The uncertainty is palpable, and everyone is searching for answers. The silence from the burn wallet is making everyone nervous. Each day without news feels heavier, and the lack of updates only fuels speculation and anxiety. The deflationary dream is on pause, and confidence is wavering. Investors are left in limbo, unsure whether to hold on or move on. The SHIB army is facing an identity crisis. What does it mean to be part of this community if the core promise is no longer being fulfilled? The burning was the proof of a long-term vision. It was a signal to the world that SHIB was more than just a meme. It was a movement with purpose and ambition. Now with the fire out, the project's future is in question. Can SHIB find a new narrative, or will it fade into obscurity like so many others before it? The big question: can SHIB reignite the flames, or is this the end of the burn era? The answer will shape not just the price, but the very soul of the project. The answer will define SHIB's next chapter. Whether it's a comeback story, or a cautionary tale, the world is watching, and the next move could change everything. So, what exactly is a token burn? If you've spent any time in the world of cryptocurrency, you've probably heard the term tossed around. But what does it really mean, and why does it matter so much to projects like SHIB? In crypto, burning means sending tokens to a dead wallet, an address no one can access. This wallet is often called a black hole, because anything sent there is lost forever, with no way to retrieve it. Once there, those tokens are gone forever, reducing the total supply. It's like taking bills out of circulation and shredding them, except on the blockchain, it's all transparent and verifiable. Why do this? It's all about supply and demand. Fewer tokens, higher potential value. When the supply drops, but demand stays the same or increases, each remaining token can become more valuable. SHIB started with a mind-boggling supply, 1 quadrillion tokens. That's a number so huge, it's almost impossible to imagine. Burning was the community's way to chip away at that mountain, hoping to make each token more valuable. It became a rallying point, a shared mission for holders and fans alike. Without burning, SHIB is just another token with a massive supply and little hope for price growth. Too many tokens in circulation can make it hard for any one token to stand out or gain value. The burn was the central pillar of SHIB's economic model. It wasn't just a side feature, it was the foundation that everything else was built on. Its absence leaves a gaping hole in the project's strategy. Without it, investors are left wondering what will drive value in the future. The burn wasn't just a gimmick, it was the plan. It was a promise to the community that scarcity would be created over time. Now with no burning, the path to value is unclear. Investors and fans are left searching for the next big idea or catalyst. The community needs a new reason to believe. Without a clear strategy, the future of SHIB and its value remains uncertain, leaving everyone waiting for the next chapter. Let's look at the numbers. The story they tell is stark, and for many SHIB holders, it's a wake-up call that's hard to ignore. In the last 24 hours, only 45,016 SHIB tokens were burned, a drop in the ocean compared to the hundreds of trillions in circulation. This number is so small, it's almost invisible on the grand scale of the project. For 2 days before that, the burn rate was 0. Not a single token left circulation. The burn wallet sat idle, untouched, as if the entire process had simply been forgotten. The once roaring bonfire is now a cold, empty pit. Where there was once energy and excitement, now there's only silence and the faint memory of what used to be. Compare this to the past, when billions of tokens were burned in a single day, fueling community excitement. Social media would light up with celebration, and every spike in the burn rate felt like a victory. Even then, the burns were tiny compared to the total supply, but the psychological impact was huge. Each burn, no matter how small, gave holders hope that scarcity would eventually drive value. The burn rate was a vital sign for SHIB's health. It was a heartbeat, a pulse that reassured the community that progress was being made, even if slowly. Now that vital sign has flatlined. The charts show a straight line, and the sense of urgency has faded into uncertainty. The loss of momentum is devastating. Investors who once checked burn stats daily now look away, discouraged by the lack of progress. The silence from the burn wallet sends a chilling message. The engine has stalled. Without regular burns, the narrative of SHIB's future becomes harder to believe. The community is left wondering if the project can recover. Conversations have shifted from optimism to concern, and questions about the team's next move are everywhere. The numbers may have always been small, but the hope they inspired was massive. That hope was the fuel that kept the community together, even through tough times. Without that hope, confidence is fading. The SHIB logo, once a symbol of possibility, now feels distant and uncertain. The burn rate's collapse is more than a statistic, it's a warning. It signals a deeper problem, one that can't be ignored if SHIB is to survive. Can SHIB find a way to restart the fire? The answer will determine whether this community can reignite its passion or watch the flame go out for good. Let's simplify deflation with a pizza analogy. Imagine you issue 1 million pizza vouchers, then start shredding them every time someone buys a pizza. As vouchers become rarer, their value rises, not because the pizza changed, but because the supply shrank. That's the promise of deflationary tokens like SHIB. The burn is the shredder. When burning stops, the dream of scarcity vanishes. High burn rates create excitement and a positive feedback loop. More burns, more buying, more activity. When the burn stops, confidence drops, and selling pressure rises. The lack of burning isn't neutral, it actively hurts SHIB's value proposition. The virtuous cycle reverses, the shredder is broken, and the market feels it. Without burning, SHIB's story loses its magic. The community needs the burn to believe in the future. Why did the burn stop? It all comes down to Shibarium, SHIB's Layer 2 network. Shibarium was supposed to use a portion of gas fees to buy and burn SHIB automatically. The catch? It only works if people actually use the network. Lately, Shibarium activity has plummeted. Fewer transactions mean fewer fees, and the auto-burn engine has no fuel. The system isn't broken, it's just idle. This exposes a bigger issue: lack of real-world use. The burn mechanism needs a thriving ecosystem to function. Without compelling reasons to use Shibarium, the burn engine stays cold. The SHIB army must shift focus from burning to building. Utility drives burns, not wishful thinking. Until Shibarium attracts users, the fire won't return. The challenge is clear: build, or watch the burn fade away. This isn't SHIB's first burn slowdown. History shows a pattern: big burn surges, then long lulls. In the past, the community organized manual burn parties to jumpstart momentum. These were temporary fixes, like jumpstarting a car with a dead battery. The excitement faded quickly, and the burn rate stalled again. Price and sentiment always suffered during these lulls. The difference now? Shibarium was supposed to automate burns and prevent slowdowns. Yet, even with automation, the burn has flatlined. This isn't just another dip, it's a test of the entire Shibarium model. The stakes have never been higher. How can the SHIB army recover? By driving real activity on Shibarium. Manual burns and hype are no longer enough. The future depends on building apps, games, and marketplaces people actually want to use. Imagine a hit game or a popular exchange on Shibarium. Every transaction fuels the burn. Millions of transactions could reignite the auto-burn engine. Inaction risks a catastrophic loss of confidence and relevance. The burn crisis is a wake-up call. Evolve or fade away. SHIB's potential is real, but only action burns tokens. The community must pivot from holding to building and using. This is a test of resilience and creativity. Can the SHIB army become active participants? The answer will decide SHIB's fate. The time to act is now. SHIB stands at a crossroads. The burn rate crisis reveals a deeper problem, a gap between deflationary dreams and real utility. The solution is clear: build a vibrant Shibarium economy. Developers must create, influencers must educate, and holders must participate. The future of SHIB depends on collective action, not just hope. Will Shibarium become a ghost town, or will the community reignite the flames? This is a defining moment for SHIB. The next chapter is unwritten, and it's up to the SHIB army to write it. What do you think? Can SHIB recover? Share your thoughts below. Stay tuned to Crypto Insider for the latest updates.